Welcome to UK Nationals regional qualifier here in the Midlands with Sausage Sarnies and Arctic Stags as our two finalists. And winning this game will give them a place at the National Championships. Big shot going up for Sarnies, a grab, incredible grab in the end zone for the 4 shirt of Will Marshall. And that brings the score now to 4-2, I believe. Stags making a very quick start, taking out a 3-0 lead with 21 minutes left on the clock. Josh East with the pull. We're at the Wildcats Arena here in Nottingham. So the winner will definitely qualify for Nationals. The loser of this game doesn't necessarily qualify. And Arctic Stags giving up the disc easily with a drop from Will Jackson. Josh East exchanging disc and a big shot up to the corner. Wow, what a grab. Outstretched hand from Robert Pandling. The crossfield shot, no hesitation at all. We're back within one. And what looked like a dominant start for Arctic Stags has very quickly worked back into a nice tight game. On the other field, we have the 3-4 game, and the winners of that will play the losers of this for the final spot, the game to go, which we'll also be covering here. Jet for Arctic Stags. Ollie East on the big mark, spreading the arms wide. Will Jackson to Jet. And a high grab, back to Jackson in the middle, trying to find a way through. There it is, completely blown coverage in the end zone with Arctic Stags re-establishing that 2-point margin. 5-3 they lead Sausage Sarnies. Tell you about the two teams. So Arctic Stags, Will Jackson's team, been playing indoors for a few years now. They're players that know each other through the junior system. Notice a Sam Hill has joined this side in the last couple of years. And Sausage Sarnies in the pink and the black are the pride of the Midlands. A lot of Lemmings players and a few pickups as well. Shot across. Big grab from Nate Simmons just outside the end zone. Simmons looking for Kapner. Gets it back to Josh East. Flicks back to Luke Atwell. Atwell with it again. Atwell with the off-handed pass down to Pantling. That's Robert Pantling. Big shot across to East and to Kapner. Kapner centres to East. Simmons. Pantling. Pantling again, back to East. And to Atwell. Happy to contain and possess at the moment. East finds a way through. The attack came swiftly. Luke Atwell with the score, but real patience there from Sausage Sarnies. And the frenetic start to the game, which all went the way of Stags, has faded a little. We are at 5-4. UKU Open Regional Indoor National Championships. Here, a chance to go and play for the title. Only 2 spots from this regionals available. And the winner of this game will take the first of those spots. The loser will have to fight for their place against the winner of the 3-4 game that's going on right now on the other field. Stags with Jackson. Big bid had to come from Hill. Sarnies applying all the pressure here now. East. All the Easts are on this team. That's Josh East. Tyler East is the other. And Ryan Kapner into the corner. Sarnies have recovered incredibly well from a very rough start. They were 3-0 down, and now they've tied it up at 5-all, and the momentum is with them. Stags know that they had a really strong position in this game, and they've kind of let that slip. So tied up at 5-all, the Open Regional Final here in the Midlands. Low flip to Jet. Good adjustments from the Sausage Sarnie's defense. Jet's got nothing, has to go back. Finds a cross-ranging shot to Will Jackson, who jumps it in with a big jump. Must have taken off a good 3 meters outside of the end zone. No hesitation at all. Been impressed by the work of Cam Weir, wearing the 33 shirt. And Stags are a formidable team just from their physicality. They're all tall, with perhaps the exception of Jet, who's not as tall, but he brings speed and mobility. Very similar player to Josh East in some regards. And East sends back to Kapner now. Available on the far side, East. A little bit of pressure, hand in the air. Cam Weir clears it up across to Will Jackson. Jackson looks down the line, perfectly floated forward. Jackson is the provider, the target. The 7 shirt. I don't think we've not got a 7 on our roster. And the score is at 7-5. That's a break for Stags. Started this game red hot, and now they are certainly warming up again. Off-handed shot from Atwell to Pantling. Gets it across to Tyler East. Atwell comes out from the deep space again. Grabs. Good grab, one-handed. Katma. The tightest of spaces, the tightest of margins, but Pantling's outstretched fingers grasp the disc. Shot into the end zone. Oh, Atwell could see it, but I'm not sure what the depth perception was like there. Will Marshall was on that line, but much shorter. Katma was not able to react quickly enough. Cam Weir back to Jackson, back across to Weir again. Coming out of the space, making space, and finding a line in. Nathan Wild brings it in for the Stags, and that is a run of 3 points in a row. Oh, hang on, there's a call back in the play. And the insistence from the sideline to let that call drop. Sarnie's walk away. So with a 3-0 lead at the start, Stags seem to be in a dominant position. Sarnie's brought it back to 5-all, and then Stags have scored 3 in a row again to now lead this one 8-5. Jet with the shots up and over. Big high grab from the Sarnies. Much longer roster, an extra 4 players for Sausage Sarnies. Will they need it? Luke Hayward in the Austria hoodie. I'm imagining that's some sort of traded merch from a previous international escapade. Josh East cuts back. His brother Ollie East cuts short. Big shot over the top. Grabbed high by Simmons. Back in the hands of East again now. Nice movement from Hayward. Looks off Ollie East. Shot to Simmons. There just was not the space there for that shot. And Stags gratefully picking up the trash and taking it to the end zone. 9-5. What huge swings we've had in this game. Momentum was all with Stags, then it was all with Sarnies, and now it's all back with Stags again. 9-5 the margin. 12 minutes left on the clock here in Nottingham for the Open Regional Qualifier for the UKU National Indoor Championships. A winner of this game automatically qualifies to play at Nationals. Out of nowhere, Atwood was trying to connect with that break side open pass, but didn't work. Jackson connects and collects, and a 10-5 lead. Sarnie's very much shooting themselves in the foot at this point. I'm not sure if that was a poor choice of throw by Atwell. Big shot into the end zone. Too big. Ollie East, a rush of testosterone there from the young man. And another opportunity for Stags, Sam Hill. Tempest takes it across to Weir. Weir down the line to Tempest again. Back to Weir. Weir across the field, back to Weir again. Slowing the game down, trying to take the heat out of it with Tempest and Hill. Back to Tempest again. Shot over the top. Read well. Oh, the storm was brewing as Ollie East grabs it, taking it away from Tempest. Shot into the end zone, a high grab, not in. Could have milked it a little bit further, but didn't. Now shot back, Ollie East. To his brother, Josh. Marshall now. Back to Josh East. Looks down the line. Finds Marshall once more. Back across to East. Ollie. And Josh. Back to Marshall. The two East brothers connecting across the back. Into the hands, into the end zone, and stopping the rot finally. That's the first point they've scored in the last 6. They move back within 4, 10-6, but they have a mountain to climb with 9 minutes left on the clock. Sausage Sarnies in the black and pink, Arctic Stags in the white. Some real pedigree, top-level players here. Ryan Kapner, we saw playing for GB Mixed, Pitch Hog here in Nottingham the other week, alongside Josh East. Shot into the end zone. Clever feet from Hill. Stags making very, very light work of that offensive point and just edging their way towards that place and the national finals. The ball arcs its way across the sports hall here at the Wildcats Arena. Down the line, just the toe in from Tyler East. It's been called in. There was a little bit of confusion, but looked good from here. Sarnies have been attracting a lot of attention on the indoor scene since they formed, particularly with their kit, which is a strong, bold fashion statement. I think we can all agree. All three of the East brothers on that team. Snag in the middle of the end zone. Pantling on the mark. Gets it back to Weir. Weir with it again. Shot into the end zone is too big. Sam Leggett was the target, but it was over his head. Leggett has got some ridiculous ups in his day, but today was not his day. That disc was just too big. Pantling rises. Gets up so early. Josh East shoots to the end zone. Cam Weir reads it well and brings it down ahead of Luke Hayward. Weir runs down the line. Advancing now. Sam Hill darting around in the backfield. Oh, beautifully worked. The timing, the patience, the drag of the foot. Was it in? It's been called sideline. It was the merest of the inside of the toe from Sam Hill, really stretching out the back of the end zone, but his point of contact was remaining. And Stags will not be budged. The teams have traded the last few points, but that 5-point margin. Stags started red hot. Sarnie's got back into it at 5-all. Shot from East. Through to McLean. Atwell off-handed to Tyler East. Atwell back to McLean. McLean dips down the line. A little bit too much arch and it forces the jump out. The disc could have been lower. It was not in. Definitely appeals from McLean. But he's wrong. And down the other end, no mistake. Sam Leggett taps it in. And McLean still can't believe it, but that is the game. The game cap of 13 points hit very, very quickly. 5 minutes left to spare. And the first team that will be going to the UK National Finals here from the Midlands Regionals qualifier will be the Arctic Stags. Congratulations to them. And don't forget to watch the game to go. And if you are watching on YouTube, do click that like button. It's completely free to you and it helps everybody else find this amazing Frisbee.